What's up, you guys? So today I'm gonna be doing a postpartum Q&A kind of thing. I asked you guys to ask me questions over on my Instagram, just anything you wanted to know. I'm only 1 month postpartum, pretty much to the day. When you guys are watching this, she will be 1 month old the following day, Monday. So it's so crazy. It's been the fastest month ever. But yeah, so it's been 4 weeks. So I'm just gonna kind of answer these based on how it's been so far. So most of you asked like all the same kind of questions, so I just took one of each one. So a lot of people were just asking, have you felt crazy emotions like hormones or feeling sad, etc., because I guess that's the main thing that people can deal with postpartum. And honestly, I have felt okay. Like I know the first week hormones definitely are a thing, like out of whack, because the first week I was like crying every day, but it was like because I loved her so much. Like I would just look at her and I would just cry. I would be like, oh my gosh, this is crazy, like she's just so perfect. I didn't really feel sad, and I still don't. I'll get into it in a minute, but lately, like this past week actually, I was feeling sad, but it's been due to like some feeding stuff. But I don't really feel like it's, you know, just that sadness that you don't understand, like postpartum sadness can be like, you know, where you just don't understand why you feel that way. I have not really experienced that, and I'm so thankful. So yeah, I feel like I've been doing pretty well. Hormones are definitely still weird and crazy, but I've been doing good. So very, very thankful. And yeah, the first month has just been so fun. A lot of people asked, how well does Mary Marin sleep at night? So currently she wakes up on her own pretty much every 3 hours. Sometimes it's 2.5. I've noticed she must be going through some random little growth spurts because she'll want to eat a little bit more often, but rarely has she ever slept. She'll go like, usually it's during the day. At night, she has her shorter naps or sleeping. And then during the day, she'll go like 4 hours sometimes, but typically we don't let her go past 4 hours, or she pretty much wakes herself up though and is ready to eat. So we're getting a good amount of sleep. I mean, the most sleep we can get with a newborn, because you have to get up and feed pretty much every 3, you know, around there hours. So we're getting the sleep we can. So I think it's going pretty well. She's a really good baby. Okay, lots of questions on breastfeeding. This one says, is breastfeeding hard? So I think this has been the hardest part since having her, and I didn't expect it to be that way. And it's kind of been for a lot of different reasons that it's become so hard. So like in the hospital, like an hour after I had her, you know, once they were done and they left the room and it was just me and Taylor with her, she latched on right away and drank for like 15 minutes, which was like the amount of time they said she needed to. And then like 30 minutes later, she drank again for 15 minutes. And then the whole time we were in the hospital, she was breastfeeding. We came home, she was breastfeeding. And then we went to her first pediatrician appointment 2 days later. She wasn't gaining weight. She actually had lost like extra amount of weight. And anyways, I had to start pumping and giving it to her in a bottle to make sure we knew how much she was getting, because I don't think she was born 3 weeks early, so I think she just wasn't strong enough to get enough milk out before she fell asleep, because you know when they're that little and new, they're just sleeping all the time. Anyways, so right when we started giving her the bottle, she would no longer take the breast, and I was so sad, so sad, because I knew that that would happen. Like if you introduce the bottle too early, that can happen and cause confusion. But we were just so focused on like her weight and her eating, that was obviously more important. And anyways, so that confused her. So that's where it started, the whole difficulty of trying to get her back on. I could not get her back on unless I used a nipple shield. I had no idea really what that was, but it basically is like the tip of a bottle pretty much. And you just put it on, and she took it that way, but still we were just worried about not knowing how much she was getting. So she had been taking a bottle up until literally a couple days ago. I had a lactation consultant come over and help me, and she actually got her to latch back on just completely naturally. But you know, I tried to do that for like 2 days. She just was not having it, and I felt so bad because she would be so hungry and we just couldn't get her to latch well. So I started wearing the little shield again, and she takes it completely fine with that, and that's what we've been doing the past few days. And now Taylor actually tried to give her a bottle yesterday and she refused it, which I don't know if that's a great thing, because you know she needs to be able to take a bottle. I feel like just, you know, down the road if we go somewhere for like literally 2 hours and someone has to watch her, how's she gonna eat? So we need to make sure a little, you know, she will take one, you know, not right now, it's fine. But it's been tricky, but I think we're now in a pretty good spot. Besides the fact, I should probably mention this, I have mastitis right now. I actually got it yesterday or the day before, and so that has put a little damper on things, and now I'm like, my milk supply, it's all a little stressful right now and it doesn't feel good. But anyways, her feeding it's going good. It's going fine, and we're pretty much exclusively breastfeeding now. She's only had breast milk, but you know, she's been taking it through a bottle and stuff. But yeah, so that's how that's going. What has been the hardest adjustment to being a first-time mom? I think the hardest adjustment is the sleep. I'm definitely used to it now, pretty much. We're used to it. It was just really hard the first week or two. Just you're used to completely sleeping as much as you want to up every 2 hours, and it's just repeat, repeat, repeat. Like it's not like, oh, tomorrow, you know, it'll be different. Nope, it's every single night, but it's totally fine because I miss her. I miss her so much when she sleeps, so I get excited when she wakes up, but it can be hard in the middle of the night. So I think that's been the biggest adjustment. Other than that, you know, it is hard to get out of the house sometimes. Like I literally give us like an extra hour to do things because I'm like, what if she, you know, we get in the car, then she needs to eat, like she starts crying and we need to eat, and yeah, just all that stuff. So that's another thing, but that's not like super hard. That's just making sure we have enough time. How was dealing with your tear? So this stuff freaks me out so much. Like I don't even know why, because I don't get freaked out by things a lot, but I made the mistake of looking down there, like with my phone, and I got kind of scared, just stitches wise. It just freaks me out. Like I'm not really hurting anymore. I'm still having like bleeding and stuff, but I think it's all totally normal. It doesn't really hurt anymore. It hurt like bad the first 2 weeks. It's pretty much just been this week that it's done hurting. It's just burns and oof, it just hurt. But now it doesn't really hurt. It's just freaks me out to know that like it's all stitched up. But I think my tear was just like 2nd degree, not bad. It just still freaks me out. Dealing with it, I was using like numbing spray. I was using the Dermaplast spray. I was like freezing pads. I made my own because like I had some by like Freedom Mom, but I ran out so quickly. And so my mom showed me how to make them with like aloe and witch hazel. And so I freezed all these pads. That was a lifesaver, having like a cold pad on. But yeah, you know, I think it was just normal. I didn't have anything unusual. It just definitely was painful. But yeah. How hard is it to embrace these new changes in your body? Okay, so that's been like not on my mind a lot because I don't care. I have the cutest little baby ever, but it's different. I mean, mostly I'm just seeing changes in my stomach. Like everything else, all the like swelling has pretty much gone down. I haven't fully lost all the weight yet, but my stomach is squished for sure. So, and it's one of those things I'm like, is it ever gonna go back? Like it's so weird. It's gone down. Because I remember the first day I got back from the hospital, I was like, wow, I look like at least 35 weeks pregnant still. And I knew that was normal. But my stomach is definitely very squish and it's different. It's one of those things I'm just like waiting for it to go back, but I don't know if it ever will, and that's okay. I plan to have a lot more babies too. So even if it did go back one day, you know, you can't get around it really. So it's totally fine. I don't care. It's for the best reason in the world, and I will do it 10 more times if Taylor lets me. Speaking of that, how soon do you want your second baby? Haha. So I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. If it was like realistic in the way of like healing process and all that, I would literally get pregnant again right now. And I know that sounds so crazy, but I literally, like, if I found out I was pregnant, which, you know, not possible, but if I found out I was pregnant, I would be very excited. No, not even slightly sad or anything. I would be fine because I know that I will be pregnant for a whole year. So I've got a whole year to get ready for that. But Taylor's not for that right now. And I know that it's probably best to wait a little bit. So we're going to. But I'm ready, like I'll be ready very quickly. We just got to get Taylor on board. So yeah. Someone said, how's your heart condition postpartum? So as y'all know, before I was pregnant, I was like asymptomatic pretty much. And then, so that's why I wasn't really too worried about it going into pregnancy. But then halfway through pregnancy is when it just picked up and I started having symptoms all the time. And so I was like, I wonder if right when I have her, I'll be like asymptomatic again. And that has 100% been the case. I have been totally fine, no episodes or anything. I still am getting my ablation scheduled as soon as they can get me in, just so for future pregnancies, this doesn't happen again. Because although I feel asymptomatic now, it's gonna come back definitely next pregnancy or something. So I'm gonna get rid of it, handle all that. But yeah, I've been good ever since, which so thankful for. A lot of people were saying, what did you not use from your hospital bag? And what did the hospital give you? What did you take to the hospital but not need? So I was trying to think. I'm pretty sure the only thing I didn't use, which I knew like 99.9, almost 100% sure that I wasn't gonna use, was my breast pump. I don't know why I even brought it. I saw some people just say maybe like if you needed help on how to use it or asking how to use it, someone there might could help you, but I knew I was probably not going to. I'm trying to think if there was anything else I didn't use. I didn't use any of my like Stay Dry nursing pads or anything. That's kind of random and little, but I thought I would use those, but I didn't. I wasn't even thinking about that. I was like, whatever. So, but I think that's it. I tried not to overpack too much. One thing I wish I did bring, which the hospital provided. The hospital provides like all the postpartum care and stuff, but I wish I brought my own like little diapers and stuff. Theirs were just like super loose and I didn't like them. So I actually had my sister bring me some for me to use. So that's one thing I didn't pack that I wish I did and I will pack next time. But they provided it all. Everyone's asking if my hair's starting to fall out and I'm not noticing it, but I'm kind of scared that it's gonna start happening. So I'm gonna keep an eye out and I'll update you guys like on Instagram or something. And then everyone's asking, was postpartum at all what you expected? So everyone asks like, is being a mom what you expected? Is postpartum what you expected? I did not know what to expect. When I was pregnant, like towards the end, I was just like, it's just the weirdest feeling because I have no idea what to even think. Like now with a next pregnancy, I'll know exactly what to expect, but I had no idea what to expect. So it's not what I expected. It's not what I expected. I did not know what to expect. But like I said, I felt good and I'm just so happy with when I'm just holding her and stuff. So I don't know. I think it's just going well. Okay, I'll just answer one last one because all of these are like the exact same questions. Has it been hard to have a baby while Taylor is still in school? It's been a little tricky. Luckily now he's on Christmas break and stuff and we don't have to go back till like beginning of January. So that's nice. The only thing that's just kind of hard is driving back and forth. I don't really like putting her in the car for long periods of time if we don't have to, and just kind of going back and forth. It's not super fun, and I like to be here where like our family is and stuff. It's okay though. He gets done in May and we made it work really well the few weeks that, you know, we were there before Christmas break and stuff. So it's been okay. The plan originally was not to get pregnant until like this past August, I think. So then we would have a baby right when he got out of school, but that ended up happening. I was fine with getting pregnant earlier. But anyways, that was my little postpartum Q&A. If you guys have any more questions, I may not make a whole nother video about it, but I can do like a little Q&A on my Instagram stories or something. So just message me with any questions if I missed any. Yeah, I love you guys so much and we'll see you guys in the next video.